Uh, I think so. I mean, I felt like I was doing pretty good. Yeah, felt like I was doing pretty good. But then he landed that shot in the fourth round. He landed some good body punches, and he landed that right hand that I didn't see, and he got the finish. He did a great job.
Yeah, what do you think made that approach so effective? Like, were you tiring at that point, and maybe that's why the body work worked so well in the fourth as opposed to maybe earlier in the fight?
I kind of took the pressure off a little bit. I don't know why. Like maybe try to like rest and recover for the fifth round because he wasn't going anywhere. I don't know what the reasoning behind it was, but obviously it was a mistake.
Right. And I know Joe Rogan kind of asked you about the future and stuff in the cage. That was obviously immediately in the aftermath. I know it hasn't been too long, but have you had any more time to think about your future?
A lot of times we base decisions in emotion. I don't want to be that guy, so I'm going to go back and talk to Selena and talk to my coaches, and we'll figure out what's next.
DC, I wanted to ask you just tactically, you were going in a lot of, especially in the second half of the fight, with your hands down a lot of the way. Were you that confident like that, you were able to just walk in there and land those shots?
The problem is I was going and he was hitting me, but then I didn't feel that much, and it's not about like the shots that you take, it's the one that you just don't see coming. And that was a great combination by Stipe off of that body shot. He threw that 1-2 right behind it, and I didn't see it. A lot of times I see punches and I kind of roll with them so I don't take the full brunt of the punch, but on that one, he landed perfect.
It's a difficult thing to ask in the aftermath of a loss, but when you get stopped in a fight like that, I'm sure you had no thought that you were going to be stopped. Does that compare to the kick to the head by Jones? I mean, or is this a different type of feeling because there's not the animosity?
Just losing is just terrible for me. I'm a competitive guy, and just losing any type of fight is just terrible. But being finished is just, to me, is just insane. So I don't know. I mean, I never really thought about them in comparison to each other. But that's twice I've been stopped. That's not good. So I'm smart enough to understand that.
Lastly, he came in, I think, 11.5 pounds lighter, and the lightest he's ever been by far in the UFC. Did that make a difference in his quickness, and did you notice he was any faster than he was last time?
I didn't feel like he was faster. I really didn't. But I think in some instances he maybe tired a little bit more, and I think tonight he may not have tired as much as he did prior when he was bigger. But he didn't feel faster. I still felt like I could see what he was throwing, but I thought he just fought a good fight, and I don't know, like, we fought, 3.5, almost 4 rounds, so, I mean, I don't really know, like, I haven't watched the fight, so I don't know how I was doing in the fight, like, everything's going so fast in there, so I don't know, how I was doing in regards to winning and losing. I felt like I was doing good, but, obviously he finished the fight, so it doesn't matter.
DC, down here to your right. You had success in the first round with wrestling.
Yeah.
A nice slam, and you were in top control. Did you think about going back to that? Was that part of the strategy, or you didn't really go back to it?
That was the strategy. That's probably the biggest letdown is how I let my coaches down. They were begging me to wrestle. And that's probably the most disappointing thing, is that I didn't do what I was trained to do. And I feel like I let my coaches down, let them down.